Haha. Hey, y'all. Okay. Alright, so tonight we're going to be doing my garland for the mantelpiece. Okay, so this is what I'm using. I got this from Sim's Pottery. Okay, so I'm going to show you how I'm going to do it. So I was planning on doing this on the mantelpiece. However, oh, thank you. My dad put up the tree, and all of the stuff got put on the tree before I got a chance to get down there and move the tree. So the tree is too close to the mantle for me to put it up and for y'all to see what I'm doing. So we will not be doing that. All right, so this one is a 14-foot garland, and it has 220 tips, and it has white lights. All right, so before we start, let's check the lights. Always check the lights. Hello, hello. So if y'all didn't see earlier, I came on for a little while because I was designing some signs. And I thought I would show y'all, yay, it works. I thought I would show y'all some tricks while I was on. So if you're doing the sublimation stuff, hopefully that'll help you. Okay. All right, this is what we're doing. This is the new one we're using. I did get it from Sim's. I can't remember how much it was. I think it was under $20. It's a 14-foot. So, needless to say, it's really large, and it has some other stuff in it. So, it has pine. It has these, I can't remember what these are called. Y'all, I'm terrible with the names of things. But what I like is it's not just this greenery. It also has the pine. It has this part on it. And so, it looks very realistic. So a lot of times when you get a pine, when you get these pine bases, you have to add extra stuff into it. This one, you don't, because it already has a lot of the extra stuff. It's super full. You see how full it is? However, here's the thing. It's very light green, which I kind of also like. Alright, so this is what we're going to be using. Alright, so we're going to set that right there. We're going to be putting some magnolia leaves in it because I do want some of that darker green in there. Okay? Now, this thing, this monstrosity here, is what my mother has been using. I personally don't like this a ton, but my mom loves it. It is, and this is what I wanted to let y'all know. It's a garland from Sam's. So, I want to show you a little trick. So, you know, Queenie, Amanda, she likes to go and do thrift shopping, right? She goes and she does all the thrift shopping. Where's my, hold on. Alright, so she does her thrift shopping, and so she'll buy stuff, you know, at estate sales or whatever. So you can find things like this, or at the end of the season, when everybody puts their stuff on sale and it's all 90% off, you can go and grab some of the garlands that are pre-lit, and you can use them inside another garland, and automatically you have really kind of jumped up, you know, your game, how much you have to put in it. You don't have to put as much in it because you're already starting with the base. Okay, so this one we've had for several years, and the ornaments in it are pretty good. I don't particularly like these green pieces, but the ornaments themselves are really good. So we'll see if we're going to keep these green pieces in it or not. Those things wear out over time. But I also grabbed a whole bunch of stuff. So we decided on a red and white scheme, color scheme. So I just grabbed a whole bunch of red and white stuff. Okay. All right. Now, this one is also lit. So I think it's actually a pretty good thing because you see how it has lights in it. We got it one year at Sam's towards the end of the season. I don't remember exactly when we got it, but we didn't pay full price for it. I know we didn't. Anyways, you can take something like this. See, this is okay on its own. It's not fabulous, but we're going to make it fabulous, right? So this is what we're going to do. We're going to take this. We're going to set it down. And this is how I do my garlands. So I know my fireplace is approximately the length of this table. So I will take this and I will fold it in half. It is easier if we're on the mantle, but since that wasn't a possibility, this is the midpoint here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a spare piece of ribbon and I'm going to tie it around here so I can keep the center point, okay? This is just a little trick. All right, then from the center point, I'm going to go out. Let's see, this is about 30 inches. So I want to go 30 inches on this side. About right there. Okay. 30 inches on this side. And that is approximately the length of my table. So, these are the corners. Okay, and what I'm going to do... Where did I put that stuff? Oh, there it is. Okay. So here's the trick we're going to use. We are going to put some of this right here so we can keep track of where that corner is. Uh-oh. Am I? Huh. Ross, what you doing in there? I seem to be buffering. Okay. We're okay. Alright, so about 30 inches right there. I'll just take this and I'll tie it because what we're going to do is we're going to put a bow here and we're going to put a bow on this side. Alright, so about right here. Okay. This just helps me keep track in case I have a problem. Okay, there we go. All right. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to open it up. So I'm going to pull all the ties out. Oh, and I need to give you all this number too. Let me start pulling this out and I'll get the number, okay? All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a little trough in the center, okay? And we're going to put our salvaged piece right in that trough, okay? You can always do this. You can also, if you find garlands that are really cute, and because this is the time of year to start finding stuff, y'all, and right after Christmas, and what you can do is grab it, and then next year, when you start off your Christmas, you'll be way ahead of the game, because you'll already have stuff that you can do that will be a lot less expensive. I don't know why I'm having trouble. Okay, there we go. All right, it's just my iPad. Okay, there we go. All right, sorry. Okay, so like the day after Christmas, if you can, if it's not like a Sunday, get over to Hobby Lobby, get their stuff that's weighed % off, check Goodwill, check the Salvation Army, stuff like that, because after Christmas, people are going to get rid of their stuff they don't like, and you can scarf it up and you can use it for your next year. So I often will go looking right after Christmas to see, because when they put stuff 90% off, yep, I'm getting it. Alright, so we just keep spreading it out, making our little trough. You also have to kind of watch where the lights are, but we do have 2 pieces in this, so we're going to have extra lights, which is good. Okay. Alright. Alright. So have y'all all ready? Oh, you did? Cool. See? That's awesome. And I'm going to tell you what, the other thing you can do is you can use the greenery out of this, out of old Christmas trees. So if people throw away their Christmas trees at the end of the year, you know, their fake Christmas trees, scarf them up, because you can cut them up and use those long pieces for greenery all the way throughout your year. Sorry, my neck's itching. So go wonder what I'm doing. Okay, here we go. Now, we got the garland that we're going to repurpose. I'm going to find the center. So here's the center. And it's much darker, okay? So we're going to put it, I marked where the center is. So I'm going to tie it in with a couple of the ties from the bottom one. Put on the little plug thing is down here. Oh, that's what it was caught on. Okay. Alright, so I'm tying it in. We're just going to tie it in with the pine piece. Okay. So just periodically tie it in. And then we're going to spread these out because they're also not spread out. Okay. Okay. Make sure we don't accidentally tie something into it. So my mom will be happy because she'll still have her little Sam's one. And I'll be happy because it will not look like it does right now. Okay. So, I also have to keep in mind where the light piece is so I can plug it in. I better make sure I have yeah, I think it's okay. Alright. So we have it in. Now we just need to kind of make sure it's tight. We're going to kind of pull this apart a little bit. Alright, let's finish tying it in. Okay. I don't know what this piece is here. I'm just going to kind of tuck it under because I'm afraid it might have something to do with the plug and I don't want to mess with that. Alright. So make sure it's nice and snug in here. So you can see how already it's starting to make it look fuller. Alright. Okay. Let's just kind of hang this off the side. Alright, there we go. So you can see it's pretty much the same size. So it fits really well. Okay. Alright, now I just want to kind of pull out some of this so it's not all bunched up. And And putting 2 garlands together really works well because you don't have to add in as much, because already you're getting really full. Hey, Tess! You're getting really full already. That's an interesting piece. Okay. Alright. There we go. Okay. Alright. So we've gotten it incorporated in. Now we're going to start adding some stuff to it. I don't know what I dropped over. Oh. I dropped my wire cutters. Lordy. Okay. So there's that piece again. So we're going to put bows in the center and on those 2 little points that we measured out where it's going to drop off the side. So let's do that. We're going to put those in. What I like to do is work with the biggest pieces and then work my way out. Okay? So let's see. Where did I put my ribbon? Oh, here it is. Alright. So we got our ribbon. Kind of move this aside. So we need to make 3 bows. See, we're going to have enough of that? I think so. What if I have another one of these? Hold on, let me check. I have another one of these. I have this. What about that one? Thought I did. Hold on, y'all. I think I have another one. Or not. Okay. I don't see it. I know I have another one, but I can't figure out where it is. Alright, so we have kind of a, we're still sticking with our red and white theme. Alright, so let's see. We want to do about a 10 or 12 inch little tail. Okay, like that. Alright, and then about a 5-inch loop, something like that. Okay, so we put our loop in our hand. Alright. It's on the ground. Above my shelf. What's above my shelf? It probably is above my shelf. Okay, here we go. Alright, so those match. Let's do maybe 2 loops with this one. Any gift purchase past a day is on the do not approve list. Okay. So we got 2 loops. Let's see. Make sure these are all matching. There we go. All right, trim this off. Let's put it here. Good grief. Have you moved on to a new season yet, Tess? I'm sure you have. Okay, so I'm just going to put it down. Whoop. There we go. Let's do one of this. It's about the same. We're just going to do one loop right in between. Okay. One thing I want to make sure is I have all of my tails. Let me kind of zoom in a little. I want to make sure I have all my tails out in the front. Okay. Okay, let's do 2 of this. And the bows don't have to match exactly. Okay, you just want the same colors. We don't really have to do a bow in the center. It is really strictly up to you how many bows you make. I want to make at least, it's good to make at least 2 bows because you can put them on the ends and it works really well. Okay. So I made 2 loops, 1 loop. I'm going to make 2 loops and then 1 more loop. Yeah, it's about time for Easter. It sure is. I made some Valentine's stuff, but I probably won't do a whole lot of that. Just because it comes and goes so quick. Although, I will say, Valentine's is usually a good sale for me. People like to buy Valentine's. I'm not sure why, but they do. Okay. So 1 loop here. There we go. 1 loop here. I love this stuff. This is one of my favorites. Okay. Turn it off. Oh, you know what? I think my zip ties are on the stairs. Let me see if I have any down here. All right, I have some black ones. I was putting up the garland on the stairs earlier. Okay. So I'm just going to slip it under here. Tie it up. Pull it out. I'm going to do another one because I'm not going to put that too far away. I'm going to put some of the deco tubing on it. Just makes it a little bit easier to tie it in. I don't need a lot. Oh yeah, I bet it is. Okay, so put this in the back. There we go. All right, now let's tie that off. Start to pull these out. So this is not a huge bow. Okay. Okay, there we go. Tie it off good. Okay. I gotta find my good pliers there. Cutters. Alright, so we got one done. Alright, and we'll fluff it out a lot more when we get it on the base, but let's get just kind of semi-fluffed here. But one thing I want to do is get these curled. So, just want to put your hand under, pull. Ah, there we go. Okay. Get that nice little curl on it. And we'll go ahead and dovetail it. Alright, I'm not going to do the 1.5 inch. I like it to just curl. It does curl better without a dovetail. This ribbon board is the Probo 4-in-1. It's her version of the Easy Bow Maker. So, alright, let's do the next one. My Easy Bow is still in my car. Y'all haven't completely finished pulling everything out of my car, so it's still in there. Alright. What did you say? Oh, wait. Yep, 4-in-1. Did I check under the table? Yes, I did. Check under the table really well. We even moved the table. Alright. It's about the same size bow. Okay. So we're just doing the over-under. Okay. It's just the easiest bow for me to make. Alright, there we go. Yeah, we did. I was a little paranoid about that. So, we certainly did. Because I was afraid I was going to lose my favorite cutters. So, we did. So we did 2 loops with this one. Okay, 1 loop with this one. Alright. I really like this one. This red velvet with the little snowball edge.
Hi.
Hi, honey. There we go. Y'all, it's pitiful that I'm just now getting around to doing our house decorations. But the good thing is that you can go ahead and get stuff for next year. Okay. We're going to do a couple with this. Hopefully we have enough. It's hot up here.
Huh? Is it hot in there?
Well, it's always hot in here.
I just turned it to cool.
Okay, good. Hubby is at the air conditioning controls. Heater controls. I'm hot, y'all. It's because I have the lights on and I have the glue pot on. That glue pot can put some heat out. So I'm making these about 6 inches, 5 inches. These are about 5 inches. So we did 2, 1. We're going to do 2 and 1 again. Okay. Yay, we had enough. You finished on Saturday. See, I was still at the show on Saturday. So, kind of threw me way off. My mom and I decided that if I do this next year, I don't know if I have enough of that. Let's save that. If I do this next year, we're going to decorate at the beginning of November so that it won't happen. I know, it was so late, and then my show was so late. Just messed me all up. Okay, so we're going to put this one in again. Oh, that's good. Yeah, my poor mom, she's been really trying to be patient with me, but getting real tired of it. She'll say, if you'll just do this, we'll almost be done. Like, okay. But of course, I'm trying to get caught up from being gone for a whole week. Oh no. Well, that's understandable. Okay. Set that over there. Alright. So just put our red tie under there. Okay. Let's get our loops kind of pulled out. Make sure all my ribbon is where I want it to be. Okay. And then we'll tie it off. There we go. She does, but my dad hates it. So, and of course he was with me several of the days, so he was tired. He didn't feel like doing it, but he finally did put up the tree. The boys decorated it, which was good and bad because they decorated it before I got a chance to move it. That's okay though. We improvise. We can improvise. Right? We can just measure stuff out and then do it on the table. Alright, so we got our 2 bows. Okay, so we're going to take our 2 bows. We're going to look for that place that we marked. Remember we marked, right here's one. So here's the red. Alright, so it's going to be hanging down like this. So I will take the red tie and I will tie it in. Oh no, that's terrible. You're not supposed to do that stuff at Christmas time, although it happens. Okay. Oh, I need to fix these. Let's see. Okay, so let's fix these. I'm going to tell y'all what, when I was making bows at the show, you don't realize how much time you spend just cutting things out without really thinking about where the little pieces are going to go. So, yeah, that was something I had to watch because, of course, I couldn't just let them go flying off on the floor. That was kind of tough. Alright, so let's do the other side. We got this side. Alright, so now here's the red tie on this side. Alright, so it's going to go, they have to go inward. So if you're like me and you're having to do it off the actual mantle, you have to pay attention to where those are going to have to go. Here we go. I'm just tying them around, fluffing it out. Okay. Alright. Now we've got the big pieces done. So we did the garland, inside the garland first. We did the 2 bows that are going to be on the sides. Okay. We're going to put, you know, in the South, one of the big things in the South is magnolia trees, right? So I have some magnolia bushes, and what we're going to do is we're going to add some magnolias in, and what that's going to do is that's going to give us one more depth of green color. And I have, whoop, trying to keep my stuff away from my glue pot there. Alright, I have one. So you can get, these both came from Sims. You can get them either like this, where it's like in a bush, or you can get it like this. This can actually be made into a wreath. So you can see it has a little piece on it. Okay. So there's several different ways you can get these. So if you couldn't find a swag, you could get one like this and just put it inside. This is really great if you're making like a wreath or something like that. But we may be using some of those leaves. So we're going to take this. Oh my gosh, I hope my thing can cut this up. And we're going to start putting some of these leaves in so that we can give it a little bit more green color in it. Okay. This will cut these off. I like to, if I can, keep some on this greenery, this little stem part, because it makes it a little bit easier to get it into the piece. Are they expensive? Yeah, Sims carries them. They're not expensive here. That stinks that everything is so expensive there. Alright. So you can see with these are really nice magnolia leaves. They look good on both sides. And when you're doing something like this, don't feel like everything has to be facing the same side. Because when you're in nature, they're not gonna all be facing front. Some are gonna be twisted, some are gonna be under. Alright. So I'm just cutting it up. And we're just gonna kind of spread them throughout. Okay? These are a form of paper. I don't know exactly what, but they look very realistic. They have almost like the webbing that you have that's in leaves. Okay, so what I'll do is I will figure out kind of where I want them to go. I'm just going to run them in my glue. And the great thing is, they're going to glue right down into that greenery. This. Okay? Like that. So it's going to give it another dimension. I'm just kind of spread it out. So if I put one up, I want one down. Yeah. I wouldn't like them like in my yard, but I like them in projects. Okay, so up, down. And I'm going to put these more in the middle. Okay, so up. So whenever you're doing something like this, you always want to think about that balance. All right, so if you put one up, you want to put one down. That just helps you get that balance. It's the same exact thing when you're doing grapevines. So if you put like one flower up, you want to put one flower down. Otherwise, you want to create your triangle. But when you're doing something like this, I think going up and down really makes more sense. See how this one is kind of turned sideways? Here, let's move it over a little. And that's totally fine. They do not have to be all perfect, because they're not going to be perfect if they were out in nature. They're just not going to be. So you can see you can get quite a bit out of one of these bushes. Okay. Alright. Let's put this one down. See, we are kind of creating our triangle anyways. Yeah, there's a lot of different varieties of magnolias. Okay. So up here. Okay. All I'm doing is making this fuller and just putting in another element and another color of green. So that's my main motivation in putting this in. Your video keeps what? I didn't see what it said. And be careful that you're not gluing onto your lights. So let's put like one here. If you're having trouble with the video, go out and come back in. That usually fixes it. Okay. Alright, let's see. Let's put one up here. And I think that's it. Put this piece. See, it's already looking a ton better than when we brought it up here. Ooh, a star magnolia. How cool. Okay, so let's see. Is there any places that we need to... Maybe right here? That'd be good. Okay. That's it. We took one bush and one bush worked. And of course we're gluing it right into the greenery, so it works well. I know, haven't they? They really have. So let's see. The magnolia bush was CG708D. You can use that all year. The garland, I don't think I gave you the garland number. CBGL028. And that was the 9x14 with lights. Alright, so now we've gotten a lot of the green in. Now we need to start getting some of the red and white in. Okay. So one thing you can do is you can get these bushes like this. This also comes from Sims. And this will give you lightness. So you can take pieces like this and you can push them up like that so that you get more greenery onto the stem. And so we're going to cut some of these off. Okay, this is just an ivy bush. It also has a little bit of pine cones on it and a little bit of berries. So, okay. Ah! I can't get it to hold still. The smell of magnolia. I love magnolias. That's one of my favorites. Magnolia trees and magnolias and magnolia leaves. I love all of it. Okay. So all we're doing here is we're adding in some light colors and textures. Yep, you know I grew up in Georgia. I don't know if you knew that. I grew up in Georgia. Albany, Georgia, actually. Okay. Okay, so I'm pushing all these up so that I can get more bang for my buck in this. Okay. Ah! It keeps moving on me. If you're wondering why I'm... Okay. Alright, so let's see how many this one had. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 18. This had 18 points on it. Alright. So now what I can do is I can take these little pieces and run some glue on it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them near where the magnolias are. Okay? And that's going to lighten that area up and it's going to make that magnolia stand out a little bit more. Okay. Like that. It's also going to give our garland a little bit more interest. Okay, let's see. Right up here. So see how that lightens it up automatically? Yeah, the magnolia. Hold on. Okay. Oh, wait. That's the berry snow. Hold on. Where'd I put it? Oh, here it is. Okay. Magnolia bush is CG708D. Okay, the berry with the snow is CS15124. That's this holly bush. See, it has the white tips on it. And that is supposed to be snow. And I did kind of cut it a little bit longer so I could make sure I could put it in, because I want it to kind of pop up from the garland. Because I want this to look a whole lot better than it did when we brought it up here. Okay. Right. And I love to push these up. So then when you put it down in the garland, then it just almost makes like a little base around it. Okay. I am going to put a few down here just to kind of tie in and lighten it up. Yep, holly bush. Okay. We also want some of that red, and we want some white. And this helps to tie that whole top part in. So we'll put a few on the bottom. Just, I don't know what they're doing in there, but they're having fun. I can hear them just a-talking. Okay. So you see how when you push it up, it kind of makes like a little, almost like a little flower of leaves. I like that. Okay. There we go. We have plenty of pieces left. So we'll just kind of put some more in. Right. This lightens it up. Okay. So you want to make sure you don't just concentrate in one area. You want to go up, down. Very important. I'd say about an inch or two to place it inside, because you want to make sure that you're grasping on to that greenery that's in there. Okay. I love this stuff. It's pretty. It really lightens it up. You see how it also kind of makes the magnolias stand out because it's so light? Okay. Let's see. There. Put this right in here. There we go. Woo, there was a lot in this one. Off a little bit more. Ooh, this one's pretty. It's like a flower of leaves. Let's put this kind of in here. Let's put one on the other side. So we do have some magnolia leaves down here. So let's see, let's put one in the back here. So now I'm just kind of looking to see if there's any areas that kind of need one, like right here. Okay. Alrighty. There we go. We got one left. Alright, let's see. So this is the point where it would be easier if it was on the mantle, but just kind of move it around, you can see. Okay, right up here. Okay, y'all know if you get a lot of glue strings, grab your hair dryer and just kind of lightly go over it on low or medium heat, and those will just disappear. Great little trick. Okay. I have some red ornaments left, so we're going to put some of those in, and I'm going to show you a little trick. Hi, Amy! Okay, so I had this. This is so cute. I got this from Carolina Pottery. I don't have very much of it left, but I love it because it has like these little, it's almost like snow, and all they did was glue on some glitter and clumped it up. So, it's a good thing to do. Alright. I have little ones. So when you have little ornaments, right, I'm going to show you this. I'm sure you've seen these before. These are the Dollar Tree ornaments. You can take these smaller Dollar Tree ornaments and you can dump them out on the table here. And what I like to do is I will take 3 ornaments and I will put them together and it makes a larger ornament. And all you have to do is take some of your wire, okay, and just string it. If they're loose, run them through your glue. But just string, and I like to do 3 different kinds. Like that. And then I'll just twist that around, and those 3 together can go in a clump and make almost like a larger ornament. It just makes it much easier. If you can't find large ornaments, just get the smaller ones like this. You can also do it with slightly larger ones. And then I just put them in groups of 3. And then it's like I have larger ornaments. It's just a little trick to, you know, when you don't have large ornaments, to make them. And if you put them in a bunch of 3, it just comes out better than if you do it in a smaller amount. So I love to go get those tubes of the ornaments from the Dollar Tree because they do really well in these little 3 packs. 3 sets, or whatever you want to call it. But make sure you check to see if these are tight. If they're not, glue them on, because you don't want them to come off after you've made a set and put it on something, because that super stinks. Okay. Alright. Make a couple more. It's really nice if you have ornaments this size, but if you don't, just make your own. Because you can get quite a few out of one of those stems. One of those little sleeves of the ornaments. Oh, see there? See how that one fell off? So what I do is I just take it and I run that little piece into my glue and I place it right back in. And then it'll stay glued on there. Okay, I got one more. Okay. You'll know if it's not on there tight because it'll do exactly what it just did. It'll just fall right off. Then you can just glue it. Me too. Don't you like the holly berries? Aren't they pretty? Okay. Now we've got some red ornaments. I have these white. Aren't these pretty? This came from Carolina Pottery, but it does not, no, it came from Sims Pottery, but it does not have one of the little tags on it. But I was thinking we would just kind of cut these off each stem. So there's like 3 in each one. Okay. I don't want this to be too dark. I want there to be some white in it, because if it's too dark, it's just not going to be very pretty. Alright, there we go. Alright. Now we're going to start alternating the red and the white. So we can take our little group of 3. We have our wire on it. And we're going to tie the wire in to the little pieces, little greenery pieces. And that's when you're going to know if they're not on there tight. So, plop it in the glue, put it right back on. Okay. Alright, there we go. Okay. I'm wondering how hold on, I'm going to try to figure out how to do this one. Because I don't know if I want it to... Well, I think that's okay. Okay. So I want to alternate. So there's red here. We're going to put white up here. Okay. Let's do... We're going to do a little red in here. Okay. These I'm just going to glue right in. And this has a little bit of white on it as well. Okay. I'm going to come over here and do this over here. So just tie it in. And there goes one. There's always going to be one. It's going to pop off. Just glue it right back on. And you'll know which one it's going to be because it will pop off. And you do kind of want to, whoops, you do kind of want to push it down into your garland so it's not sticking up. There we go. Okay? And that helps keep those together. Alright. Let's do this one. Okay. We just want a little bit of white in there. Well, the boys kind of decorated the tree downstairs, so I have no guarantees on that. But they love to do it, so hey, that's what Christmas is about, right? Although I did did y'all see the metal tree that I did on YouTube last night? I put that outside. It looks so cute. I'm so glad I went and bought that. Because I waffled about it and I kept walking by and talking to the little guy, and I finally went back and bought one. I'm glad I did. Because he kept coming by and talking to me. Peggy, he was the kind of country guy that had on the big time boots. I don't know if you remember, but he kept walking by and talking. He was a nice guy. Okay. Let's put a little bit of white in the center. Here. There. And maybe one up on the top. I don't want too much of this. We got a little bit more red and white. This part it doesn't have to be. You just kind of look for areas where you need pops of color. Okay, like right in here. Yeah. So you do remember. Yep. Okay. I was going to try this and see if it looked okay in here. Let's check it out. I think overall it's looking a whole lot better. Alright. Okay. Let's see. These came from Hobby Lobby. I'm sure y'all saw them there. Okay. I was thinking, yes. Can't really see, but I'm going to kind of put them down in the bottom part, kind of hanging up. Look at that, it's so cute. I think I have another one of those because I think I might have to do that twice. Oh, they must be over there. I'll go get them. Alright, so I'm going to put these small ones down here in the bottom. But I want to angle it up, okay, like this. So when you're doing this way, you want this way coming up and this way coming up. Otherwise, you will end up with an unbalanced piece. Hold on, let me get the other one. Oh, I'm so glad I have two. I was raining things down on my head. Okay. Okay, here's the other one. So when I do garlands, I definitely always put more in the center than I do down the sides. But I do also want some down the sides. Ooh, I'm missing my thing. So we're gonna put these down the sides. So we have one there. And we'll put the other one over here. So you can see it's like one here, one here. All right, we're gonna do the same thing over here. So we did one here, I'm gonna do one here. Okay. All right. There we go. All right, now, the last thing we're gonna put in it, we're gonna put a couple of these, like one on each side down here. So we don't want there to be, we want it to be kind of uniform throughout. So that one, and then this one down here. Okay, whoop, one fell off. We'll fix it. Okay, there we go. Okay. The last thing we're going to do is put some of these little berries in at the bottom. Okay. We'll put a little bit up through the top. But you always want to have some of that sparkle of red. I can see glitter on my cheek. Make sure that it is going in the up direction. So you want everything flowing up. Okay. This is just to bring it a little bit of color so the bottom is not looking. These also came from Sims. Okay, so this is a large berry spray. And it's CS5024. It comes with 8 in a package. And they're real pretty. They're nice and bright red. So I like them. And a little bit of this really kind of goes a long way. As you can see, it really kind of brightens it up very quickly. Alright. There. All right. Let's see. Maybe right in here. Okay. Really needs to be over here. Those kind of all ended up on the same side, but we have the holly with some red there. Okay. The rest of these we're just going to kind of put throughout. That just helps tie it all in. Okay. Okay. So we have like 5 up there. Yeah, it's a whole lot different now, isn't it? Okay. Alrighty. So these are nice and bright red. Right? So these are great. So it's going to add that pop of color in where I have a lot of green. And that's what I'm trying to do here. I'm knocking crap on the floor. Okay. This will be a big improvement. Okay. So I'm just looking for areas where there's a lot of green and putting in that big pop of red. I think that's it. Might be able to put one right, maybe at the bottom. Let's put it at the bottom. Okay. Right in here. Ha-ha! All right. I think we're done. I have glitter on my face. I hope so. You could also put these big ones up at the top. I want to kind of see what it looks like on the mantle before I do that. But just to show you, just gives it a little bit of whimsy, not a lot. Wow, that is a serious stick there. Okay, let me see if I can hold it so you can see it. All right. Woo, I made a mess. Not too bad. I've certainly made much worse messes. Okay. All right, here we go. So, let's see if I can. Whoop, hold on, it's caught on something down here. It was hooking around my table. Okay, here we go. So that is what it's going to look like. Well, it's going to drape like this. And these two pieces will be on the ends. I know it's kind of hard to see. I will put it downstairs and I will take pictures and put it in here. I want to light it up so that it can be seen too. You know, I kind of make everything on steroids. It's a hazard. Okay, let's put this one right here. All right, I hope y'all enjoyed this. I have another really cool idea. So I might come on probably tomorrow night because my husband has this silver tree with the color wheel. And it's really hard to decorate. So I had this idea of making a big garland like this to put on it. But we're going to do it with mesh. And we're going to do the garland and then we're going to wrap it around the tree. So I want to keep it silver so that it will still reflect the color. But I thought it might be fun to show y'all that because it's not something that is done very often. But it's a lot of fun. And it's something that you can use all year round. So like if you could use it anywhere too. You can use it on your mantle. You can use it down your stairway. Anywhere. So I think probably tomorrow night, if my husband doesn't take me out to dinner, I will come do that. If he takes me out to dinner, then we'll do it Saturday night. Okay? And I'll put pictures on here. Yeah, this is a little different, Maggie. This is, let's see if I can find it real quick. I think it's right over here. Yeah, here it is. I got it. Okay. So you can get these garlands like this at Craft Outlet, okay, and they're like 9 feet long, okay, and what you do is you put the mesh down it and you kind of like stack it, and then what we're going to do is put some ornaments on it. So you know how we did the ornaments with the Dollar Tree? Well, it's kind of similar to that. You can make like a string of them and then you can tie the string on. So it's a little different than using like this kind of garland. It's actually just a long stick with the little ties on it. So I don't think I've done that one before on a live. So I thought it would be fun to show you how to do that. All right. Okay, I will go down and put this up. I'll put pictures up for y'all in a little bit. So hopefully you enjoyed it. It's big. It's a big one. It sure looks a lot different, doesn't it? Awesome. It's fun. It's a lot of fun. And it gives you something different to make. And what the really cool thing is that you can use it to like decorate a tree or whatever you want. So it'd be really cute to do one for like Easter or for Valentine's Day or something like that. All right. Well, I will see you guys either tomorrow night or the night after. And thanks for watching. I think we did pretty good. Yeah, we did pretty good. Awesome. I'll put pictures up when I get this all put up and let y'all see what it looks like. Awesome. I'm glad. Cool. All right. Well, I will see y'all tomorrow night or it was different last year. Yeah, last year I used, because it's on my Stairway Maggie. I used the garland like this. And we did mesh in the middle, and then we did ribbons on the side, and we did some ornaments in between. It's still on the stairway. Although this year it looks a little worse for wear. Alright, I'll see y'all later. Bye, y'all.